Any start to new season, I start to feel tired, stressed, and even out of balance. Are you feeling any of those things at this moment? Well, if your body is begging for a reset, stick with me, stick around, because I'm going to go through 7 simple, science-based, backed ways that your body can stay feeling good, even through a busy life, even through a busy season. Let's go through those. So number 1 is movement. Keeping your body moving. Our body wants to move. Sitting on the couch like this should be something that you do very rarely, especially for those of us who have an office job or a job where we have to sit down a lot. Even if you have a job where you sit down a lot, you should stand up as much as you can and stretch. A nimble body will help you from getting stiff. Having a stiff body, having stiff muscles, having stiff joints will create inflammation. Inflammation creates disease. Having a stiff body hurts so bad. And I'll have to tell you, when I got injured after getting carjacked, I got injured in my spine and wasn't able to do a lot of physical activities that I was used to doing. And in fact, I was a professional aerialist, and it kind of ruined, it didn't just kind of, it ruined my performing career. So I was used to training 8+ hours a day to going to 0. It destroyed my body. To this day, I'm dealing with me not being able to move during that time when I was hurting so bad, because I had a lot of herniations in my back, my neck, and I still deal with that today. And the more you follow me, the more you'll probably learn about that. But it's just a testimony of it's important to stay moving, because that right there will help keep your body from hurting. And getting regular exercise as well, because that's going to help keep all of the muscles around your joints strong. So for instance, when I had to stay stagnant and wasn't able to work out because my back hurt so bad, I lost a lot of strength, and I lost a lot of strength around my knees. And my knees just, in fact, I'm dealing with that still today. I'm trying to re-strengthen them, because when they became weak, I sprained them really bad. And I'm dealing with recovering from the sprain. But it's just another testimony that it's really important to stay strong, especially in your stability muscles, because that right there is going to help you. Like, let's say if you were to fall, if you were to trip, you wouldn't fall, because you'd be able to, catch yourself, because your reflexes would be able to catch you. And so working on your stability muscles, which is basically your foundation, the fundamental exercises like planks, core exercises, Superman's, bird dogs, anything that you can think of that works the core. And also, which I hate, lunges and squats. I love squats, but lunges are hard, but that's what you need to strengthen those muscles around those around the knee. Also, little tiny movements with a TheraBand going in and out. Okay, so those are some good exercises to help with that. Number 2. So, balanced nutrition. This is another thing. When I had to stop working out, my body was destroyed, because I let all of my discipline go as far as diet, because I was in so much pain. And if there's anything that I regret that. I regret letting my discipline in other ways go. At the time, I felt like it was just too much for me to handle, and so I allowed myself to basically do and eat whatever I wanted. And I'm dealing with that still to this day also, because you create habits. But anyway, making sure that you have good hydration. Having good hydration is going to help keep your muscles supple, It's going to help keep your skin hydrated, and keeping your muscles hydrated is so important because that helps your muscles not get stiff and your joints get stiff. So we're trying to not get stiff. Oh my gosh, my favorite subject is processed foods. Please do not eat any processed foods. And I know that's easier said than done because I know I eat them still. There was a time where I didn't eat any at all, and I'm very proud to say that. But again, I'm dealing with trying to get my discipline back, and living where I live is not the easiest eating healthy. And so I have to really do it all myself. I can't rely on what's available because there's not too much available in my area to be healthy. And so having a balanced diet, so making sure that we're getting enough of the macros that we need. It's not about calories. It's not about really anything except for getting your macro and micronutrients. And you're going to get that by getting enough vegetables, getting enough fruits, getting enough proteins. And I'm a vegetarian, so I don't eat any kind of animal protein, and I haven't in 21 years. And so there are ways that you can do it without eating animal meat, and if anybody's interested in that subject, we can talk about it later. But just making sure that you get a balanced meal, okay? And fasting is really good too because that actually renews your cells, and that will actually help you feel so good. But that's another whole thing that we can get into. Mindful eating is one that I would really just hone in on quite a bit, because if you're mindfully eating, then you're gonna get a balanced nutrition. You're gonna get a balanced meal. You're going to eat ethically. You're going to be eating things that are less conventional and more organically. So, and just like also, eating slower, eating with purpose, eating with the intent to, heal our body. So. Rest and recovery, number 3. Rest and recovery. So this has to be another one of my favorites because it took a lot for me to understand this one simple method here. So like I said earlier, I was a professional aerialist where I trained hours and hours and hours a day. Okay, and I just tore my body down. And at the time when I was in school, when I was in training school at circus school, I wanted to take advantage of the time I was there. I was paying for it. I wasn't going to be there, but for, a certain amount of time. And I wanted to get my money's worth. So I worked and I worked and I trained and I trained. And I never allowed myself to rest. I was young. I was in my prime. I was in my upper 20s. And I was just in my prime, chugging along, and totally forgot about rest and recovery. Let me tell you, it's one of my favorite things now. It's still one of the hardest things for me, though. Today is Sunday. I try and take Sunday to be totally just what I want to do as far as relaxing. And that might include like going on a little walk with my dogs, or maybe a little bike ride with my friends, or maybe just staying at home, working in the garden, working in the yard, or just watching a movie in the house, or a combination of any of those things. So I think it's your rest and recovery can look different depending on what you enjoy, depending on what you've been doing for the week. Because if I've been pushing it hard, then I might have more of a rest day, more of a recovery rest. If I had more of just a relaxing, more of a chill week, then maybe I'll have more of an active rest day. There you have it. Taking naps as well is really good because sleeping is when our body heals. If you can, they talk about the circadian rhythm. If you can go to bed at the same time and wake up at the same time, then it gets your circadian rhythm balanced. When that happens, your body can heal and stay in a state of healing instead of a state of inflammation, disease, which equals pain. Okay, number 4. So, mind-body connection. So basically, this can look different for people as well. For me, I am a believer in Jesus, and I like reading the Bible and being close to God and talking to God and meditating on the Word. Now, I would meditate on other things. I would do I am affirmations, and I was really big into that kind of thing. I didn't understand about meditating on the Word. I didn't understand what it meant to be a follower of Christ. That could be a whole nother subject in itself. But for me, a mind-body connection, I also used to do a lot of yoga. And so that really teaches you how to breathe and how to breathe and become aware of your body. And that is extremely important. Now, you can learn those things without doing yoga, and you can just do your own breathing techniques without doing yoga. You can also incorporate stretching with breathing techniques if you didn't want to do yoga and just wanted to get the benefits of the breathing techniques and stretching. You could do that. Learning circulation breathing, that's so good, because if you can learn circulation breathing, then you can learn to slow down, but also when you need to push it as far as distance, you would be able to last because of your cardiovascular system would be super strong. Okay, so number 5, body care, self-care. And I like the word body care, actually. That I've never really thought about that. Rather than self-care. We'll have to think about that. But anyway, body care, getting massages, getting acupuncture, getting laser therapy, doing water, like the cold plunges. Also, making sure that you keep a good posture. So often I see people who are hunched over and they get this bulge on their back, and then they wonder why they have neck issues and back issues. And it hurts to start walking with a straight back. And I always tell my students this too. I tell them, and they're like, when I tell them to pull up, it hurts them. And I said, yes, it's going to hurt for a while. Breathe through that. Allow those tendons and ligaments and muscles to stretch, to open up. Allow that new posture to happen, and then it'll become easier for you. But it is going to take effort if you're used to holding your body in one way. But having a good posture is so important, especially as we grow into our older age. Believe it or not, having bad posture will lead to just having a lot of body aches and pains. It causes inflammation, and you already know the story about inflammation. Inflammation causes disease and pain. There you go. Laugh more. We need to laugh more. That's number 6. Number 6, we need to laugh more. Be social. It's one thing that I've always had to work really hard at, because I like being at home with my animals, and I can always be content at my home. So trying to get me away from home is hard. And so for some of us, we have to work hard at being social, but it really is important. Again, I believe that we're all meant to be together. We're meant to be connected. And when we stay alone and by ourselves, that is good if you can be that way. I think that is a positive, but it's also, it has to do with kind of that yin and yang, that, if you will, that balance, that teeter-totter, that trying to stay kind of balanced with life, it's good to be social as well. Laughing can just lift your spirits. Laughing can cause it can make you look prettier. Laugh more. Have a good time in life, even amongst the chaos. It's important for us to see the good instead of the bad. If we saw more good, then maybe we can wipe out the bad. So I saved the best for last, in my opinion. Number 7 is my favorite. Being outdoors more. Some people have a hard time doing this. Some people just flat out don't enjoy it. Some people thrive most when they're outside. That is me. I thrive most when I'm outdoors. I feel like I am closer to the Creator. I feel like my mind is more open. I have more mental clarity. You get vitamin D. You know, I have a sister who does not really care to be outside like I care to be outside. Me and my father really love being outside, and we'll just tinker around outside, and there's plenty of things to do. My mother's like that too. And when COVID hit, me and my father, we didn't get sick at all. And it was because I really highly believe because I was exercising and eating well, but we're always outside getting vitamin D. My little sister, she is vitamin D deficient because she never goes outside. She's real white. She gets sick a lot. So I think there's something to be said for getting vitamin D going outside. If you're someone who doesn't enjoy going outside, oh, there's Buddy Ball. Hey, buddy. Then just go out there for 15 minutes because that's actually all the time you need is 15 minutes to get the benefits of the sun that you need to get what you need for vitamin D. So that's really all you need. And that is a really good time to practice your breathing techniques as well. You know, go outside, breathe in through your nose, and you can do 2 techniques. You can breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, or you can breathe in through your nose and out through your nose, okay? So spend more time in nature. I promise you, you'll feel a lot better. All right, there you go. Those are 7 ways that you can do right now to help your body feel good, your mind feel positive, and your spirit feel carefree. I hope you guys create the life that you want. And until the next video, please smash that subscribe button. Hit the bell so that you know when I throw out another video. Because look, I want to create the life that we want all together. I want to help you. I want to help you create the life that you want. We can all do it. We have the power. The Creator gave us the power to create the reality that we want. We've got this. I'll see you next time.